Fruits Basket is a series with a long history of misconceptions, and I'm about to prove to you that you're wrong about Fruits Basket. Let's get into it. So I'm guessing you've already heard or even watched Fruits Basket, and due to the nature of the series, many people have stated that Fruits Basket is a reverse harem. It's a sequel to the 2001 anime, or even that our main character, Tohru Honda, is a Mary Sue. Cue the shocked replies. So to understand better, let's quickly describe Fruits Basket for the layman. Fruits Basket is a series based on the shoujo manga of the same name by Natsuki Takaya, released in 1998. It centers around Tohru Honda, a teenage girl who lost her mother to a sudden tragic accident and is now forced to live on her own. But after being helped out by members of the Soma clan, Shigure, Yuki, and Kyo-Soma, she moves into their house under the condition that she continues to support herself and go to school. But after an accident with Kyo-Soma, she finds out that they turn into animals of the zodiac when hugged by the opposite sex.
We automatically turn human again after a while. Completely naked, I'm afraid.
This is the first and most crucial aspect of this series that people seem to get wrong and label Fruits Basket as a reverse harem. This is easily the most common misconception by far, and to this day I don't understand how one can come to this conclusion if you've watched the series. So the reason people likely call this a reverse harem is probably because they only read the synopsis on Mal or looked at the promotional materials only. This can be proven by looking at all of the promotion materials from season 1. We see Tohru front and center, and in the background, well, a bunch of very attractive looking men. To any person passing by, they would easily be able to form a misconception just around those visuals alone. The reality is so much different. There is a grand total of 2 men vying for Tohru's affection in season 1. Season 2, there is but 1, and season 3, there is 2, technically. Now, if this were actually a reverse harem, there would be 3 or more men trying to get with Tohru. Plus, Tohru Honda actually takes the back seat to other characters like Yuki, Kyo, Ren, and Akito, who at times are featured more often than Tohru is featured. For example, season 2 focuses primarily on Yuki Soma, who isn't even romantically interested in Tohru Honda by that season, but someone else completely. So if you hear this from someone, make a move to politically correct them, as this is what turns many people off to an otherwise amazing series. But did you know that Fruits Basket received an adaptation in 2001? That's correct. Adapted by Studio Dean, the adaptation is by today's standards outdated, but there is confusion as people think this 2001 anime is required to watch before the new anime. Instead, the new Fruits Basket anime aims to deliver an accurate adaptation of the original manga while modernizing it for a new generation of fans and viewers all around the world. So don't worry, there are no prerequisites to watch the new Fruits Basket series. But before we get to our last misconception, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like. It shows that you want more content from me, and while you're at it, comment on your favorite misconceptions from Fruits Basket or even other anime. I may make a bonus video if I get enough comments. As promised, the last misconception is that Tohru Honda is a Mary Sue. Now, while I would consider this right up there with Fruits Basket being a reverse harem, this is something more hardcore detractors of Fruits Basket would say. Not sure why those people would try to slander the name of our wholesome Tohru Honda, but they exist, and ironically enough, they probably need Tohru to give them a therapy session or two. So let's take an old trip down to the Oh wait, this is a German to English book. Let's take a trip to Google, where the definition is as follows. A type of female character who is depicted as unrealistically lacking in flaws or weaknesses. Now, the only way to prove that Tohru isn't a Mary Sue is to tell you the times she's not a Mary Sue, which is technically 100% of the series, but if I said that, then I'd probably just be an asshole, which I swear I'm not. So for this example, I will aim to keep spoiler-free for people who haven't seen it yet. My first example is when Tohru gives her speech to Ritsu about not giving up even when life gets difficult. Generally speaking, this is our first glimpse into how Tohru works and feels. Tohru, while on the exterior, looks like she has no troubles. The reality is that she's struggling with losing her mother. Tohru at this moment has no reason to live because the reason she lived prior to this, her mother, died in a tragic accident. So now she struggles to find her own place, her own reason to live again. And And while she is in a dark moment in her life, she is not giving up hope that one day she will find another reason to live. Another example of Tohru's flaws is how she'll act selflessly to a fault. This is something that happens throughout the series, which really is the whole example. No, really. Every time, especially in season 1, she helps someone, you start to realize that at no point does anyone help Tohru in the same way she helps others. This is because Tohru isn't open about her own struggles with others and decides to not burden others with her issues. The first time we see this is the beginning of the series, the first episode, when Tohru refuses to live with her best friends, Uo or Hana, because she would feel like a burden to them. So, all in all, these two examples put a nice green check mark besides flaws and weaknesses. I hope this video shined some light on these misconceptions, and if you were someone who was fooled by these misconceptions, I hope you'll now check out Fruits Basket, as it's one of my top 10 favorite anime of all time. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to never miss a video. Like the video to help it reach in the algorithm, and comment below your misconceptions in anime, and if you enjoy Fruits Basket. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.